Good morning, Guardians. The Hijabi Gamer here, and it's Friday already. Again, amazing, isn't it? Can you believe it's October 2025? The way the time flies. And it's Friday, which means Zur is back peddling his wares, bringing you awesome stuff. And he actually is carrying a weapon that honestly I haven't seen in a while, and I wasn't even sure if he carried it or not. I thought you had to do a quest or a mission to get it. I don't remember for sure. Remind me in the comments, but when it comes up, I'll show you. Anyway, we're back in Destiny 1. I don't have my camera set up. I was changing things around a little, and so no camera. But we are in the tower. This is the usual reminder. This is Destiny 1, as in Zur is only available for 48 hours. He arrives at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so basically East Coast. And he departs on Sunday at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that dude's got some based kick-ass armor. I mean, that is just sweet, dude. That is awesome. I love that armor. I've seen it before, but I love that armor. That is just awesome. Anyway, we're heading to the left. I can't remember if that was iron. I'm pretty sure that's Iron Banner armor or Iron Banner armor. It's been a while, but I think it's Iron Banner armor. Remind me in the comments, not Trials armor. Trials armor tends to look kind of Egypt-like. Anyway, he's right over here. So the speaker is over there, and Zur's over here. I love this spot because the view looks amazing. Anyway, that's also pretty cool armor. Siva armor. Okay, so he's got something I haven't seen in a while. So he has the last word and addendum. I don't know. I feel like there's a quest for this that you had to do. I could be wrong. I could be confusing because there was a quest that you had to get like 10 headshot kills with a white hand cannon that you picked up from Banshee, and I thought he gave you a hand cannon, or was that the chaperone? It's been a while, so you're gonna have to remind me. But I don't know. I feel like the last word required a quest. I didn't know Zur carried it. Anyway, last word and addendum. So addendum is this, which is pretty cool. I don't know. I like the base gun. So I don't have either ornament, but you would get addendum, which looks pretty cool, not gonna lie. The other one is sequel. That one, I'm not a big fan of worn out guns, I'll admit. I'm just not a fan. I know some people like them. I am not one of those people. But you're getting addendum. This is the last word of fanfire. This weapon can be fired quickly and continuously. Yeah, and improve stability and target acquisition when firing from the hip. If this is the gun I'm thinking of, I've never been a fan of this one. It doesn't feel like it is an exotic. It feels, I guess, exotic, but not like really exotic. It just, I don't know. Comment down below. I know the lore for the last word is huge. And, we got Dredge and Yor, we got, Shin Malphur, all that stuff. Big, important lore gun. But I don't remember the last time I used the last word. Honestly, my favorite hand cannon in Destiny 1 is the Ace of Spades. And my favorite hand cannon in Destiny 2 is the Malfeasance. I still use the Malfeasance. And I got my Malfeasance with the Meatball quest, where, you're doing Gambit and the Meatball appears. If you know what we called it the Meatball. Okay? So comment down below about the last word. I know people like the last word. Is it for the lore, or is it actually decent? Because I haven't used it in a while. I really like the Ace of Spades. Anyway, next we have Trespasser and Fallen Assassin, aka the Crayon Time with the Fallen. This is what happens when you give the Fallen a gun and tell them to create an ornament. Okay. I don't think their IQs are, I don't know. Yeah. it's either that or maybe it was bring your daughter to work day and somebody brought their 3-year-old to work at Bungie and they gave her a picture of a gun and they told her to color it in. And then it got mixed up with all the actual designs for the ornaments. And so this is Susie's little gun design for Bob. You know, Bob brought his daughter Susie to work. She's 3. Okay? She's 3. And she designed this. Okay? Let me know in the comments. Is there anybody who actually likes this, or am I the only one who thinks it looks like it was colored by a 3-year-old? Comment down below. Anyway, the Trespasser. This weapon fires bursts of bullets with deadly accuracy. We used it over the weekend. I live streamed using Trespasser. I think I'm going to do that again. Let me just finish first. And Unrepentant. Reloading after a kill causes the next burst to be longer, more powerful super burst, which was actually pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. The super burst was pretty cool. It's like, and the thing is, if you reload after a kill, it does the super burst. So it's reliable. So you get a kill, you reload, you get another super burst. You get a kill, you reload, you get a super burst. It was pretty reliable. I used it in the Plague Lands. So it was pretty good. Cool. Next we have the Legacy Engram, which, like I've said, if you have an excess of strange coins, go right ahead and pick it up. If you do not, it's not worth it. Of course, if you have better RNG than I do, you might get a year 2 exotic. If you have bad RNG like I do, why RNG, Jesus, what did I ever do to you? You'll probably get a year 1 item, which is what I got when I used it, the few times I did. So, next we have the insurmountable Skullfort. I feel like this week just feels kind of down. Oh, I missed the gun, but anyway. An insurmountable Skullfort. Kills with Storm Fists immediately trigger health regeneration. Respawn with full melee energy. Okay, you know what? This is nice. I like it. Respawn with full melee energy, gain a second melee charge. Okay, this seems decent. Alright, I like this. Respawn with full melee energy, gain a second melee charge. I mean, especially with Titans, you can never have enough melee attacks. It's a Titan thing, right? Titans are just good for the melee, right? It's just what they're known for. What they have the reputation for, right? It's what Titans do. It's not an insult, or it's a compliment. Never piss off a Titan. You probably won't walk away from the experience. Just saying. I would never piss off a Titan. Right? Yeah. So, kills with Storm immediately trigger health regen, which is good. You can always use that. So respawn with full melee energy and get a second melee charge. So, very nice. Okay. Next, for the Hunters, we have the... Yeah, that. ATST-8 Tarantella. Okay? So, it looks pretty cool. It looks like a fallen, like, anyway. Take reduced arc damage from minions of the darkness, arc grenades, and arc blade recharge faster. This is basically, if you have arc burn, this is the weapon to, the armor piece to use. So if arc burn is a thing, use it. I've never understood why it's always arc burn that gets the focus. You'd think there'd be, you have a special armor piece for arc burn, but that's about it. But yeah, arc burn, this is the piece to use. And if you're running Blade Dancer. If you're not running Blade Dancer, you still might want to use it because of the reduced arc damage. Can't remember when I used it last. It's been a while since arc burn. Alright. We next have the Claws of Ahamkara, which, you know, playing Destiny Rising, I now feel a special kinship for the Ahamkara. Right? Okay. Gain an additional charge for all oh my god, I cannot speak. Okay. Gain an additional charge for all Warlock charged melees. So basically it's just an additional melee. That's about it. Why do you need to make it so fancy written? Like, so fancy. It's just gain an additional melee charge? Why are you making it so complicated? I don't get it. Anyway, you're getting an additional melee charge. I think I'm going to put the Titans as number 1 because that one's just, I like, okay? And I don't want to piss off the Titans, especially when they have an extra melee. You want to be nice to the Titans when they have an extra melee. You know, when they're going in that melee mode, you do not want to piss off the Titans, all right? So Titans get first place, Hunters get second place, Warlocks, you're getting demoted. You're not even in third place. We're going to put you at fifth place because why do you complicate the writing? Okay, you have it down as gain an additional charge for all Warlock charged melees. Just say gain an additional melee charge. Like, why are you doing this, Warlocks? Why are you doing this? Is it so you sound smart? It's like, yeah, we're Warlocks. We're just smarty smart. Ooh, yeah, whatever. Okay, we have one more guy. You're not that smart, Warlocks. Hereafter, isn't this the PlayStation only sniper rifle? I could be wrong. Remind me in the comments. There was a couple of specific PlayStation exclusives that have since come to Xbox. In fact, they came to Xbox like after Destiny 2 came out. And everyone was talking about it, where they're like, run to Xur now. He has the exclusive. I know the Jade Rabbit was one of them. Anyway, Hereafter, which I'll admit does look pretty sweet. I mean, if you're going to have a sniper rifle, that one looks ridiculously cool. All right? That one just looks cool. Okay? Crouching increases scope, zoom, and makes it easier to aim under fire. Perfectionist with precision kills with this weapon cause a bright flash that can blind nearby enemies. Yeah, I remember using it. It was pretty cool. Yeah. But, yeah, pick it up. As I said, you always want to pick up all the exotics. The more you have, the better, the happier you are. Exotics, look, it has been a proven fact. Even shitty exotics, okay, make you happier. It's been proven beyond a doubt that the more exotics you have, the happier you are. This is just science, okay? Bungie did an experiment, or wait, I mean, they ignored the results, obviously. We never get enough exotics. But there was a study done, and it found that the more exotics you have, this was provably true, the happier you are. In fact, they even gave random people who don't even play Destiny, right? Just gave them exotics. I don't know how they did it, but they did. And they randomly were just suddenly happier. They could not explain it. The presence of exotics just made them happier. Okay? No one can understand it. How did they even, if they don't even play Destiny, how did they give them exotics? I don't know. But it made them happier. So you should pick up every single one of these exotics. Not because I get a commission, because I absolutely do not get a commission from Xur. He might be in the employ of the corpus. He might not be. Okay? But because for your happy factor. Okay? Right. Glad you're happy now. See? The moment you picked up an exotic, did you not feel happier? I have no doubt you did. Then we have the usual Curios, which, by the way, heavy ammo synths are another secret source of happiness. I am happier every time I pick up more heavy ammo synths. It's just a thing. I'm just telling you. The moment I get more heavy ammo synths, the world just seems so much more wonderful. Anyway. In addition, I'm thinking of probably live streaming later today to test out the exotics, because some of these I've never used because I will admit I did not play enough Titan or Warlock. And let's see them in action. So I might do that today or tomorrow where I'll just test out exotics and see how, test out the weekly. I'm thinking of doing that. Okay, comment down below where I test out the week's exotics so we can see how they act, what they're like. Are they awesome? Do they kick butt? Do they suck? Why not? It doesn't have to be the scientific approach where somebody gives the nuanced details, everything about it. Just do I feel like a badass using this exotic gun or not? I already feel happier because I have the exotic, but does the gun make me into a badass or not? That's a very important question. Anyway, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Oh yeah, I set the alarm every 10 minutes because time blindness. See, that's how you deal with it. You just set an alarm so you're on top of things in the mornings. Anyway, comment and subscribe, like, and all that stuff. And follow me on Twitch too. Why not? Why not? Let's have someone like me on Twitch. I don't belong on Twitch. And I hope to see you in the tower.